While writing out my script for this video review, I found it almost impossible to start off without a strong negative criticism about Mind Path to Thalamus. And the reality is, after spending a little over 3 hours with the game and completing it, I can't say I enjoyed much about it. In fact, I found the entire experience to be tiresome, and the script was ham-fisted. But before I go off on some unstructured rant about the game, here's what gamers should know about Mind Path to Thalamus. Path to Thalamus is a first-person puzzle adventure for the PC that categorically lies somewhere between Portal and Dear Esther, but it's not nearly as good as either game. Players slowly traverse a beautifully rendered fantasy world, solving environmental puzzles, which then unfurls the game's narrative. Saying the game is beautiful is probably the only compliment that I can give to Thalamus, because the game is beautiful. It's just that everything else about the game is a hot mess. The puzzles themselves aren't fun. Some may be challenging, but they aren't the kind of rewarding challenge that other puzzle games may offer. And its greatest crime, Mind Path to Thalamus, doesn't give players any motivation to complete its puzzles. Certainly anyone can pick up fancy-looking orbs and place them in different locations to progress, but aside from going through the motions to complete the game, gamers aren't given purpose. There isn't even a promise for cake. They just meander. The story is also poorly written. It's needlessly long for its lack of complexity, and during most levels, it feels incredibly padded just to give the player an excuse to wander through the game's environments that the developer took the time to put together. The environments, though easy on the eyes, are often overly large. Without a run function, players will slog from one puzzle element to the next. What's funny, in an almost embarrassing way, is that the developer knows and acknowledges the poor writing and has the antagonist spell it out for the player during the final confrontation, which only begs the question. If the developer knew the story and the writing were bad, why not write something else, especially since this game is clearly aiming for the art audience? The symbolism is painted on so thick that you'd have to be asleep at the keyboard if you don't pick up on its cues. It's almost insulting. And sadly, the voice acting is subpar as well. The game doesn't need Nolan North, but bringing on someone who can pronounce the game's own title correctly would help. Every dictionary I've ever looked in pronounces the TH in Thalamus.
I have to tell her about my path to Thalamus.
I would never dare criticize the game and say that it isn't art. A great deal of time has clearly been put into this project, and for all I know, it might be very personal for the developer, and it could be a form of catharsis. But I will say that it's bad art, in that it's not fit for the masses. The game is beautiful and technically capable, but it's tedious and unrewarding. I'd encourage gamers to give it a try if it was free, but spending any amount of money on Thalamus is too much.